Hello everyone. In today's lecture, we will see the numerical for your sway type of portal frame over there. Okay, so I have considered one example over here, that is a portal frame ABCD whose length of column AB is just 3 meter and length of column CD is 4 meter over there. Now in this case your lateral loading is not given to you, but what happens due to this difference in the geometrical properties of your frame, this frame will be classified as your sway type of portal frame. If your geometrical properties remain same, if I cut this section at the center over there, and if your geometrical properties remain same on both the sides of the section, then that frame will be called as your non-sway frame. But here your geometrical properties are different, so your frame will be classified as sway type of portal frame over there. Now considering the geometrical properties, what geometrical properties must be similar if to classify your frame as non-sway frame? That is, first thing, your length of both the columns must be same. Secondly, your this moment of inertia values, that is 3i, 5i and 4i, whatever these two values are given, 3i and 4i, those are different, so your again your frame will be classified as your sway frame. If those are similar, then your frame will be classified as non-sway frame. Then material of casting for this, suppose casting material for column AB is different and casting material for column CD is different, then also your column frame will be classified as a sway frame over there. Okay, if those are similar, then frame will be classified as non-sway frame. So initially, first what you have to do, you need to identify the frame first. So this frame is a sway type of portal frame. Okay, so first I am writing as type of frame, it is the sway type of portal frame. Okay, now you have to start with your same initial step, that is step number 1. You will be calculating first values of kinematic indeterminacy over there. So if you see joint A and D, those are fixed, so your decay value at joint A and D will remain 0. For joint B, it is rigid joint, C is also the rigid joint, so decay values comes equal to 2. But your this frame is a sway frame, so your decay value increases by 1 value, so total decay will come equal to 3, and those are, here I am writing theta B clockwise rotation, theta C, and the additional value, that is your sway coefficient delta. So these three will be your basic unknowns that you have to calculate. Okay, and basic known values will be what? That is a theta A and theta D will be equal to 0. So this will be your basic known values. Okay, then we'll move to your step number 2. What you have to do, you have to calculate the fixed end moments, fixed end moments first. Okay, so if you observe in column AB and column CD, there is no loading given to you, that is intermediate span loading is 0 over here. So fixed end moment for column AB and for column CD both will remain 0. Only just fixed end moments will be calculated for horizontal member, that is, or beam member, you can say BC. So first I am writing directly MF BC. We know load is given to you, that is UDL throughout the span, so this fixed end moment will comes equal to minus WL square upon 12. Its restoring moment will be anti-clockwise in nature, so that is why I am considering here negative order. So if you calculate this, W is your 12, length of that member is 5, divided by 12, you will get this value as equal to minus 25 kilonewton meter. Okay, then next MF CB, so that will remain just plus WL square upon 12, so that will come plus 25 kilonewton meter. Okay, then we'll move to our next step, that is slope deflection equations. Okay, so we'll start with your first equation, that is MAB. Okay, equation of MAB, that is your MFAB, but that value is coming 0 over here, so I'm writing 0 plus 2EI upon L, but I value is given to here equal to 3I, so that will become 2 into 3, it will become 6EI divided by length of member AB is again 3. Okay, into bracket near end rotation 2 times of theta A, but theta A is your 0 here, so that will become 0. Far end rotation theta B, right, minus 3 times of delta L. L is again your 3. Okay, so if I simplify this, I'll get this equal to 2 times of EI into bracket theta B minus delta. Okay, so this will be my equation for MAB. I'll call it as equation number 1. Okay, now this will be my first equation. Second equation I'll calculate for MBA. Okay, MBA again, MFBA is 0 plus 2A upon L, so 6A upon 3, that I'll get again 2 times of EI in bracket. Near end will be your now B, far end will be A, but far end is your 0 rotation, so that will come equal to 2 times of theta B minus 3 delta divided by 3. So this MBA equation you will get as 2 times of EI into bracket 2 times of theta B minus delta. I'll call this as equation number 2. Okay, now next equation, that will be for horizontal member MBC. This will be a third equation. MBC is equal to MFBC, that I have calculated as minus 25, so I am writing here minus 25 plus 2EI upon L. So 2EI, I value is given to here 5, so 2 into 5, that will become 10EI divided by L of this member is your 5 into bracket. Near end will be your B, so that will become 2 times of theta B plus far end theta C minus 3 delta upon L. But for horizontal members, as I have said, whatever this sway coefficient delta you are getting, that will just affect this column members over there. So for horizontal members or beam members, you have to consider this delta as 0. So you can note down this point, that is for beam members or horizontal members, in case of sway frames, your delta will remain 0. So I'll simplify this equation, that is MBC I'll get as minus 25 plus 10 by 5 I'll get equal to 2 times of EI into bracket 2 theta B plus theta C. Delta will be 0. This will be my equation number 3. Okay, now next equation I will calculate, that will be for MCB. Again MFCB I have got plus 25 plus 2A upon L will get equal to again same, that is 2 times of EI. Just what will happen here, near end and far end will get interchange, so I'll get this as theta B plus 2 times of theta C, and again delta will remain 0. That will be my equation number 4th. Okay, then next equation I'll calculate for second my column member, that is MCD. Again MFCD is 0 plus 2EI, so I is your 4, so 2 into 4 I'll get as 8EI divided by length is again your 4 into bracket. Near end is your C, so I'll get as 2 theta C. Far end is D, but here D will be theta D is coming 0, so I'll get that 0 minus 3 delta divided by length of this is 4. Okay, so I have simplified this. MCD is equal to 8 by 4 I'll get equal to 2EI 2 theta C minus 3 by 4, that is I'll get as 0.75 of delta. I'll call this as equation number 5. Okay, you have to not use initially the concepts of delta for this. Okay, whatever we have taken for your sway coefficients over there. Then next equation, that is MDC. Again MFDC is 0 plus 2A upon L, I'll get as 2EI into bracket theta C minus 0.75 of delta. This will be my equation number 6. So I'm getting 6 total slope deflection equation for 3 members over there. Okay, now if we proceed to your next step, that is step number 4th over there. What are the step is conditions of equilibrium, or just you can say equilibrium conditions over there. Okay, so equilibrium conditions I have told you, that will be equal to your decay value, but for sway frame your decay is non-sway frame. If you consider initially decay value is coming equal to 2, but due to sway your one more coefficient delta is increased over there, so your conditions of equilibrium will remain same. That is first condition will occur at point B, and what will be that condition, that is MBA plus MBC shall remain equal to 0. At this joint B, your total equivalent moment, that is MBA and MBC, shall be coming equal to 0 to keep this joint in equilibrium over there. So I'll substitute the values of these two equations. MBA, that is my equation number 2 over here, that I have got 2 times of EI into bracket 2 theta B minus delta. Okay, plus next is your BC equation. BC equation is your equation number 3 over here, so I am writing that here minus 25 plus 2 times of EI 2 theta B plus theta C is equal to 0. So I will simplify this. First I will simplify constant term. Here there is no constant term, only here minus 25. So if that goes on this side, that is RHS side, that will come equal to plus 25. Okay, and if I take EI common from this, that will get divided to this. Okay, so what will remain here? 2 times of 2 theta b, that this will become 4 theta b, and here if you see that 2 into 2 again 4 theta b, so total theta b I'll get equal to 8 times of theta b. Okay, here I am having 2 times of delta, here there is no delta over here, right? Only theta c will see, so 2 times of theta c. Okay, and delta is how much? That is minus 2 times of delta. So this will be my first equilibrium equation, so I'll write that as Roman 1 directly. Okay, so I'm getting equation as 8 times of theta b plus 2 times of theta c minus 2 delta is equal to plus 25 upon EI. Okay, that is your equation at point B. Now secondly, I'll calculate second equation that will occur at point C over there. Okay, so at point C, again your condition of equilibrium will be what? That is MCB plus MCD will be again equal to 0. For keeping this joint in equilibrium, your equivalent moment MCB and MCD shall come again equal to 0. So I'll write this equation. MCB is your equation number 4. Okay, so I'll write that here. 25 plus 2 times of EI 2 theta b, sorry, it is just theta b plus 2 times of theta c. Okay, plus next is your MCD equation number 5 that we have got. Okay, so that is again 2 times of EI into bracket 2 theta c minus 0.75 of delta is equal to 0. So if I simplify this, first I will simplify constant term. Here there is no constant term, so this 25 will become here negative divided by EI. Okay, now I'll check for theta b terms. Here there is no theta b, only here I am having, so 2 into theta b, here I am taking common, that I have divided here. Okay, plus next I'll see theta c terms. So here I am having 2 into 2 4 theta c, and here also I am having 4 theta c, so I'll get here 8 times of theta c. Then delta terms I'll see, here there is no delta, here I am having 0.75 delta but multiplied by 2, so I'll get that 0.75 into 2, that is minus 1.5 into delta. So this will be my second equilibrium equation, which is coming at this point C over there. Okay, 2 times of theta b plus 8 theta c minus 1.5 into delta over there. But these two equations, as I said, these two equations are not sufficient to calculate these three numbers of unknowns, theta b, theta c and theta c. For that we will require one more additional equation. So that equation we have to calculate from your shear equilibrium equation step. Okay, so here where this step increases after your conditions of equilibrium. So next step I am considering as step number 5, that is shear equilibrium equation. Okay, for shear equilibrium equation, what you have to do, initially you have to consider the horizontal thrust acting at this point A and acting at this point D towards the rightward direction, as I have told you in your previous lecture. HA and HD, you have to assume it towards the right order. Okay, so if and you have to consider the column equilibrium for the shear equilibrium equation order. Okay, so first what I'll do, I'll calculate the summation of Fx equation. Rightward forces positive is equal to 0. Okay, so what equation I'll get from this? If I consider the horizontal shear thrust, that is HA plus HD. Again there is no any other horizontal load over there. Now this UDL, what is this equivalent load that will be acting vertically over there? So it will be not considered in your Fx equation. So just equation what I am getting, HA plus HD, that will be equal to 0. HA plus HD, that will be equal to 0. Okay, I'll call this as equation number A over there. Okay, now I have to calculate the value of HA and HD. For that, first I'll considering equilibrium of column AB. Okay, considering equilibrium of column AB, I'll draw the diagram of column AB over here. Okay, initially what you have to do, you have to consider this is your point A, this is your point B. Here you are having this horizontal thrust as HD over there. Okay, length of this column AB is your 3 meter and I value is given to equal to 3 times of I. Okay, suppose whatever moment acting here, that will be your MAB. Here final moment acting, that will be your MBA. Okay, initially what you have to do, you have to consider these moments acting in clockwise direction only. Okay, so I have to calculate the value of this HD over here. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll take summation of moment at B is equal to 0, treating clockwise moments positive. So what I'll get from this, MAB plus MBA, right? Moment of this HD along this joint B, that will be HD into lever arm is 3, and that will be anti-clockwise, so that will come 3 times of HD is equal to 0. So what I'll get here, HD, sorry, this is HA over here, mistake, correct this, that is your HA over there. Okay, so HA, I'm getting this as MAB plus MBA divided by 3 over there. Now here only we will simplify your HA value. So HA I'm writing as 1 by 3 of, okay, this 3 I'm taking outward. MAB, that is equation of slope deflection I have got, that is your equation number 1 and equation number 2 over here. So that 2 equations I'll substitute here. Okay, so equation of MAB first, that I've got as 2EI into bracket theta B minus delta, okay, plus BA equation, that I've got as 2EI into bracket 2 theta B minus delta, right, divided by 3. Okay, I'll simplify this. Therefore HA is equal to 1 by 3 of, okay, this 2E I am taking common from this both these brackets. Okay, so what will remain here, theta B plus this 2 theta B, so that will become 3 times of theta B, okay, minus delta and minus delta, so that will become 2 times of delta. Okay, so this HA equation I am getting as 2EI by 3 into 3 theta B minus 2 times of delta over there. Okay, so I'll call this as equation number B. If 2 by 3 you can simplify, that you will get as 0.67 over there. Okay, that you can simplify further. Next I'll be considering equilibrium of column CD now for calculating my HD value. Okay, so I consider this equilibrium of column CD. This is my joint C, joint D. Okay, final moment acting here will be, suppose MCD, here it will be equal to MDC, right? Next, length of this column is 4 meter and horizontal thrust acting at point D, that is your equal to HD. Other than this there is no any loading acting, so that loads will be 0. Okay, so I have to calculate HD value, so I'll take moment at point C is equal to 0, treating clockwise moments as positive. So what I'll get as HD, directly I'll write MCD plus MDC divided by 4. Okay, so here again what I'll do, I'll take 1 by 4 common from this and I'll substitute the value of MCD and MDC, that is equation number 5 and 6 from this. Okay, so equation number 5 is what, that is 2 times of EI into bracket 2 theta C minus 0.75 of delta, plus next your equation is for DC, again 2 times of EI theta C minus 0.75 of delta. So if we simplify this, again I'll take 2 EI common from this, so I'll get 2 EI divided by 4 into bracket 2 theta C plus theta C, I'll get as 3 times of theta C, right, minus 0.75 minus 0.75 I'll get as minus 1.5 times of delta. So if you simplify this, HD I'll get as 2 by 4, I'll get that 0.5 EI into bracket 3 times of theta C minus 1.5 times of delta as my equation number C over here. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll substitute equation B and C in this equation number A over there. Okay, here I'll substitute that. So HA value I'll substitute 2 by 3 of EI, that is 0.67 times of EI into 3 theta B minus 2 times of delta, right, plus HD value, that is 0.5 times of EI into 3 theta C minus 1.5 times of delta is equal to 0. Okay, So if we simplify this, what I'll do, I'll take EI common from this. Okay, so 0.67 into 3 times of theta b, okay, and 0.67 into 3 times of theta b, that will come equal to 2 times of theta b, plus if you see, then 0.67 into 2 and this 0.5 into 1.5, so that I'll get as total. Okay, first I'll take theta c term, so 0.5 into 3, that I'll get as 1.5 times of theta c, and now we'll take theta delta term, that I get as minus 2.08 times of delta is equal to 0. So this will be the next equation, that is 2 times of theta b plus 1.5 times of theta c minus 2.08 times of delta is equal to 0. This I'll call it as Roman equation number 3 over there. Okay, now solving this Roman equation number 1, 2 and this third equation simultaneously, I'll get the values of your unknowns, that is first value theta b, second value theta c, and third value that will be of delta. Okay, so if you solve these three equations simultaneously, you'll get theta b is equal to 4.47 divided by EI. Okay, theta c will get as minus 3.97 divided by EI. Okay, and delta will get as 1.44 divided by EI. You can check these values over there. Okay, decimals will get somewhere plus minus, but your these values must come approximately similar. Okay, now substituting this theta b, theta c and theta delta value in your slope deflection equation, what I'll do, I'll calculate my next step, that is your step number 6 over there, that is final moments. Okay, so final moments, that is same process how we have calculated previously. So first MAB, that you will get as 6.06 kilonewton meter. Then next you will get as MBA is equal to 15 kilonewton meter. Next MBC you will get as minus 15 kilonewton meter. Okay, next MCB you will get as 18.06 kilonewton meter. MCD you will get as minus 18.06 kilonewton meter, and lastly MDC you will get as minus 10.1 kilonewton meter. Okay, other than these values you can also calculate the value of HA and HD also. Okay, you can substitute the theta b and delta value and theta c and delta value in this equation. So from that you will get HA is equal to 7.02 kilonewton positive, that is positive you get, that means it is acting in the assumed direction, so it will be right one. And HD I am getting as negative 7.035 kilonewton. Okay, so negative it is, that is your HD will be acting in opposite direction over there. That means if you check now your the three conditions of equilibrium, that is HA plus HD is equal to 0, and your previous two conditions, that is MBA plus MBC acting at point B and MCB plus MCD acting at point C over there, you can check whether your conditions are getting satisfied or not. Okay, so from this we will be plotting your BMD over there. Okay, so initially I'll take my portal frame over here. Okay, initially what we do, we take the sign conventions. For if our member is horizontal, here it is negative, positive, positive and then negative, and for vertical member we take negative, positive and reverse to this positive and negative here next end over there. Okay, so you are having first member is your vertical one, so this A, B, C and D. Okay, so for first member, see MAB I am getting as plus 6.06, so I'll plot that over here 6.06. Okay, next adjoint B you are getting positive 15, positive, that means you have to plot it on outward side of this frame, that is here I am getting equal to 15. What you do, you have to join this by using a straight curve over there. Okay, then next is your BC member. For BC if you see MBC I am getting minus 15, so that will be horizontal member sign conventions, so it will plotted on upward side, that is 15. Next adjoint C, MCB I am getting 18.06 positive it is, so again at point C it will be on upward side 18.06, and next is again for vertical member. So if you see here you are having C, here you are having D over there, so MCD I am getting as minus 18.06, so it will be again on outward side 18.06, and then last moment you are getting as minus 10.1, so minus 10.1 somewhere internal it will be, so here, and just what you have to do, you have to join this again by straight line and this again by straight line. Now span moment, these are your support moments over there. Now for span moment you are not having any span moment in your, or any span loading in your columns over there, so span moment will be just for member BC. So here span moment I will calculate span moment for BC, that is equal to WL square divided by 8, and that I get equal to, and that I am getting equal to 37.5. So that will be having a curved portion over here 37.5 kilonewton meter, and just what you have to do, you have to superimpose this shaded part over here. Okay, so this diagram will be my BMD by superposition. Okay, so normally this same steps you have to follow whatever you are following for non-sway type of portal frame, but only one step is increasing, that is your step for shear equilibrium equation is increasing over here. So that step if you are understanding, then it is better. If you are not getting yet, you can comment me in the comment box over there, or you can comment me. Okay. So please like, share and subscribe this channel over there, and share it maximum with your friends also. Okay, thank you so much.